Shout out to G-Man Boxing.
Alright, people, waking up this morning to news I really didn't want to hear, and this news broke reasonably late last night, so I'm hoping that today we will maybe get some updates of Frank Warren, people like that. Maybe we'll get more clarity on this, but at the minute, a guy called Steve Kim, he reported this last night. He said, just off the horn with Usyk Klimas. He says that Team Usyk is moving off the Fury fight for April 29th and will now pursue the mandatory obligations. No matter how much Usyk compromised, he was pushed for more. They hope to have him back in June or July. I did also hear that Usyk's team, I think it was Sauerland, said that they've been in contact with them about making the Hrgovic fight. Obviously, Sauerland are the main promoters for Filip Hrgovic. But this is just the news. Right, so let's be frank, right? April 29th was unrealistic given the amount of time between then and now. So, am I surprised? Not necessarily, but the fact that there's not even a compromised, date after it, the fact they're talking about Usyk going on with his mandatories, the fact is that they're not even turning around and saying, okay, look, April 29th is gone, but June the 18th, just took a date out there. It's not even that. And given the amount of time that's elapsed between, if you want to go back to December, you can say from December until we're now at the end of March, given the amount of time that's elapsed, there have been obstacles that have come up in between, such as the IBF calling a mandatory for Filip Hrgovic, which they then retracted. So everything that could have gotten in the way of this fight, they put the WBA mandatory on back burner, they put the WBO mandatory on back burner, as well as the IBF. Everything that could have happened to make this fight, that could have stopped this fight, I should say, has gone. There's no reason why it shouldn't happen. And we'll wait until, I want to wait and see kind of what's said from Team Fury over the course of today, because as I said, this broke late last night. So normally when they're breaking news and it's happening kind of on UK time, basically, you tend to kind of hear it kind of tends to go bing bang bing bang. With regards to news, this has been said, this has been said, this has been said. So we're going to wait and see over the course of the day how this plays out. But as he said here, right, no matter how much Usyk compromised, he was pushed for more. And people will still turn around and blame Oleksandr Usyk for this fight not being made. It's really bizarre, really. It's remarkable, really. Again, we'll wait until later on in the day. We'll see kind of what happens. But if this fight is now dead in the water, because it looks like Usyk is going to go ahead and fight one of his mandatories, how anyone can defend Tyson Fury is beyond me. People keep saying, gee, you're being too harsh on him, you're a hater, etc., etc. It's like, look at this. Just look at this from the idea. Just look at this, I should say, from the view of someone who wants to see undisputed. Look at this from someone who is the word objective. I don't care who wins this fight if it happens. I don't. I used to really like Tyson Fury, the fighter. I still do. I still think he's a great fighter. I used to like him more as a person back then than I do now, because he's got a lot more corporal. But as a fighter, I've always said it. He's one of the best out there. One of the best. In terms of all time, he's definitely not proven that. But in terms of this current era, it's really him and Oleksandr Usyk. You take Oleksandr Usyk, say Usyk never moved up to heavyweight. Fury's the best. There's no ifs or buts. He is the best. He beats Joshua if they fight. He beats the Herkoviches of the world. I'm not going to say Wilder, White, and all them because they've already beaten them, so there's no point in using them. He's already beaten them, but he beats those guys. He beats the Frank Sanchez's. He beats the Anthony Joshua's. He beats the whoever else. Well, I was going to say Joe Parker, but Joe Parker would be happy Tyson Fury beat him, because the only way Joe Parker is. But Tyson Fury is a great fighter. So I'm trying to keep it as real as I can when it comes to him as a fighter. But the way he's handled this situation from the outside looking in, 50-50, Saudi deal. Usyk happy, Fury, no, let's bring it to the UK. Okay, fine. 60-40? No, not 60-40. How about 60-40? The winner gets 60, loser gets 40. No. 70-30, take it or leave it. And for every day you don't agree, your purse gets docked. Okay, no, I'll take that. And now what's the problem? Now Fury insisted on a rematch clause. Oh yeah, then no rematch clause. It's like, how much more does Usyk have to compromise? It's literally like, it's like you say you want this fight, right? So you say this is how it's going to have to be, take it or leave it, and it's not a good deal for Oleksandr Usyk. So he still says, yeah, no, don't care, want this fight, I'll take it. Alright, well now this. It's like every time Usyk seems to agree to something else is at it. I'm just waiting to hear what's next, Tyson Fury, after Usyk said yes to 70-30, after he said yes to no rematch clause. Alright, I want 3 judges, all from that country where people like Povetkin and Bivol are from. Just not trigger any algorithms. Probably something like that. Wouldn't put it past them. I really wouldn't. I don't know how anyone can give him a pass on this. I really don't. Because from the outside looking in, it literally looks like one team has tried their damnedest to make this fight, and the other team has made demand after demand after demand after demand. They've moved the goalpost worse than politicians moved it a couple of years ago over certain things. They've literally, that's what it's like. Every single time something's said, something said, alright, this is it, you have to do this. Okay, fine, fair enough. I'll do it. Oh, no, now it's this. It's crazy. It's crazy. And again, how anyone can give him a pass on this is beyond me. And how anyone with a rational, logical mind can look at this and can say anything else other than looks like Fury's the one who's been causing all the issues. And again, it still baffles me how so many people worship Fury in a sense of like, you've never met him. Like, you worship him as this, though he's some kind of god almost. He can never make a mistake. He can never do anything wrong. And anything that goes wrong in negotiations is Usyk's fault. Despite the fact Fury could say, I want 70-30, which is unrealistic. Usyk says yes, and then he wants something else. And Usyk says, well, hang on a second, I've made a concession. See, Usyk's fault. It's like, get real. Seriously, get real, mate. I was like, you don't know this guy, so why are you trying so hard to defend someone you don't know or never met, and he doesn't know you from Billy to Jack? It's crazy. So, look, we'll wait and see how it unfolds today. April 29th not happening. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but the fact that there's not even a proposed date in the future is a bit of a worry. That is a bit of a worry. It's a case of like Usyk's got to do these mandatories. I'm sure if they had a maybe date in the immediate future, the mandatories could have got put on the back burner, because I'm sure they would have. Well, they've been trying their best to actually get the mandatories, move back further, but maybe now they're kind of thinking the sanctioning bodies are like, you're taking the piss. So we're gonna have to wait and see during the course of the day what's gonna happen, how things are gonna go. But April 29th a no-go. I guess we kind of knew that, but I want this fight to happen regardless. As I said, I am all for undisputed. November 1999, Lennox Lewis became undisputed heavyweight champion. He wasn't champion for long. He vacated WBA rather than face John Ruiz, who was his mandatory. And since then, I don't even think the new millennium had started before that happened. I think that was pretty quickly. A couple of weeks might have been after. Since then, we've never had undisputed. We've never really got close to undisputed. There have been times, like the Wilder AJ situation where it looked like we might get a fight, and then obviously things happened, and then you're like, okay, Wilder has his fight, AJ has his fight, AJ goes and loses, Ruiz, Wilder Fury, it messed all that up, when it was close. Now it seemed that it was even closer. because there was no mandatories getting in the way. There wasn't other fighters like Dylan White saying, "You got to fight me. I want my title shot," etc., etc. There's really nobody, so there's no reason why it shouldn't be happening. But yeah, here we are. Here we are. So people, I'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you could, smash the like button, hit subscribe. Thanks again to the Hit Company for sponsoring this video. We'll talk about this probably during the course of today. We'll see what happens. And obviously we're doing it live tonight, so tune in for that. I'll talk to you then, people. Peace.